Week 2 of the NFL preseason kicking off tonight. Of course, week 2, a little better than week 1. That doesn't say much. Let's face it. You know, the preseason is a joke. It's been a joke for the last 15 years. Not like when we grew up. Probably if you're my age or even older than me, then you remember when teams used to play 6 games, when teams used to use the preseason to get in playing shape. But it's changed. Now it's just a way for NFL owners to make money. But the bottom line is this. Where last week you had most of your starters, if they played at all, maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 series, unless it was an extreme, unusual circumstance. But tonight, you're going to see most of your starters play at least a quarter, maybe a quarter and a half, maybe even 1/2 for some of these teams. But let's just remember, coaches are not game planning yet. That'll be week number 3. Week number 3 is what counts. That's when your starters are going to go probably at least 3 quarters. And of course, week number 4 is just a great way for the owners to line their pockets with your cash because they don't care about the games. The coaches don't use the games for anything more than to evaluate the 3rd, 4th, and 17 stringers. I mean, you know, 4th week is a joke. Don't play it. Don't watch it. Don't even pay any attention to it. At least here tonight, you've got a chance to make some money. I'm going to run through all of your games tonight, give you some of the notes that I acquired while handicapping today, and that's coming up in just a moment. Let me give you some coupons and talk about who's hot and who's not. First of all, Trace Adams did it again yesterday. Now, today, going for another winning day, he has won 31 of the past 44 days, and in that stretch, $1 bettors are up $20,200. 8 of the last 9 days he's won, and today a top-rated 1,000-star winner, number 19 out of 27, on your Cincinnati-Milwaukee contest. Now, Shawn Michaels yesterday did lose. Hasn't lost much. Last 32 plays over a 6.5-week period, he is 24-8, making a $10 better, $7,650. Not too shabby. He's back in football tonight. Now, Shawn was the number 1 preseason handicapper here at the site a year ago. Tonight, not only does he go for winning day number 25 out of 33, but it's another 50-dime release. 50-dime winner number 19 out of 24. He's calling it his preseason odds makers era game of the year play. It's on your Falcons-Ravens contest. Keep in mind that over the past 4 years, Shawn, in football, college and pro combined, has cleared 911 dimes of net profit, which means $10 better has made a little over $9,000 in that stretch. Hey, how about Brad Wilton? $10 bettors up $7,530 over the past 37 days. Today, not only is he going for winning day number 26 out of 38, but it's also his 50-dime preseason total of the year on Carolina and Philadelphia, your over-under. And you know, Brad, who right now is also going for total winner number 9 out of 10, 6 of those previous 8 winning totals he's had since July, you've gotten as the $5 play of the day, and you've won some big money. Today, something a little different. Today, his preseason total of the year on the Eagles-Panthers, you can save $60 on it simply by using coupon code BRAD60. BRAD60. Now, let's see, another hot handicapper here. We want to talk about Craig Davis, who, you know, former president of FantasyFootball.com in the NFL regular season and postseason, dating back to the 2011 season. $10 bettors up over $9,600. Tonight, 40-dime preseason winner number 2 in a row on the Chargers and Bears. He had a 40-dime winner on the Bills Colts over by 27 points in your Sunday contest, so that's what he has going. Jeff Benton, 75-dime winner, number 8 out of 9, a run-line romp for Jeff Benton. And let's see, I'm looking here for one other guy. Oh, Scott Delaney. Winning day number 17 out of 25 going over the past 3 weeks. $10 bettors up a little over $2,600 over the past 8.5 months, or as Scott likes to say, 255 days. $10 bettors up over $8,500, and he has 40-dime winner number 15 out of 17 tonight on your Atlanta-Baltimore contest. Now, perhaps you'd like to make your own individual savings coupon today. Well, you can do so. You can save $25 off the purchase of anything here at the site simply by using coupon code ABC25. ABC25. The $5 play of the day, I alluded to it earlier. They are on a 20 and 10 roll. 20 out of 30 with 2 pushes along the way. Not too shabby. Today, the $5 play of the day is a guy who has given you 6 total winners among those 20. It's Matt Rivers. 250,000 star winner number 3 out of 4 and winning day number 39 out of 66 for Matt. It's in the preseason. It's one of your football totals. He's won 13 out of 19 200,000 star releases, and this play is stronger. And finally, today, with the beginning of another week of football here for week 2, as I mentioned earlier. Buy one handicapper's play and get the plays of another handicapper of equal or lesser value for free. So, for example, Scott Delaney, who's made you just a boatload of bucks over the past 8.5 months, let's say you want to get 1 week of his action for free. 1 week of his action. You buy that. And then let's say you want to get a week of Trace Adams. Well, you get it for free. Or a week of Craig Davis. I believe his price is cheaper. You would get it for free. All you do is you make your initial purchase of the handicapper, and then the other handicapper's plays of equal or lesser value you want to run concurrently the same time for the same 7-day period starting today. You want that handicapper for free. You just send an email to customer service, let them know who you bought, who you want, again, of equal or lesser value, and you get a week's worth of action for free. Can't beat that type of deal, guys. Let's talk about your preseason games here, and I'll give you a baseball free pick as well. As a matter of fact, let me give you the baseball free pick, guys. I'm going to go with the Tigers on the run line at pretty much even money. Some places you're getting them at 105 tonight at home against Kansas City. Listen, I know the Tigers have been slumping here of late. Yesterday, they finally beat the White Sox after losing 3 in a row and 4 of their previous 5, but let's keep in mind, this is a team that prior to that little setback had won 12 in a row and 16 of 17. They've also been dynamite at home, 37-19 at Comerica Park this season, winning 9 straight games in Detroit, outscoring their foes 53-10, I believe, in that stretch. Going with Anibal Sanchez tonight. In 8 home starts this season, he's 6-2 with an ERA of 2.08, and he's fanned 70 batters in 56 innings. He's won his last 3 starts, winning at New York last Sunday in his most recent outing with a 1.63 earned run average. 3 career starts against Kansas City, a 0.82 ERA. You know, the Royals have been another sizzling team since the All-Star break. They just lost their final 2 games of their homestand to the Marlins, scoring just 2 runs in that contest. Of course, they had won 17 of their previous 20, including 8 out of 9 on their last road trip. But again, I like the Tigers in this spot. You know, Tigers in first place in the AL Central, Kansas City in 3rd place, 7.5 games back. Royals have taken 5 of 8 in the season series, but I think this is a good spot to go with the Tigers with Sanchez on the run line against Jeremy Guthrie, who just allowed 10 hits and 5 runs in 6 innings to Boston on Saturday. In 8 road starts, his last 8 road starts, he's got a 4.76 ERA. In 12 road starts this season, his ERA is 4.14. But the thing that most concerned me when I was analyzing this game, you got to look at the number of runners he's allowed in those 12 road starts. He's pitched 76 innings, 114 base runners allowed. That's not good, guys. So, again, the Tigers on the run line there. Now, let's take a look at your preseason games. Cleveland, like a 1.5 point favorite at home tonight. Now, Trent Richardson's expected to see his first action of the summer, play a couple of series. The starters are expected also to play in the second quarter. Listen, Brandon Weeden, strong performance last week against the Rams, a 27-19 win by the Brownies. 10 for 13, 113 yards. They haven't anointed him the starter or anything because Jason Campbell was also competing with the job. He went 6 for 7 for 37 yards. But seriously, why would you ever give Jason Campbell the job? You've watched Jason Campbell. You've seen his act. Jason Campbell stinks. That's the bottom line. He's a journeyman backup quarterback. But in preseason, that works. Brian Hoyer, the 3rd quarterback, 10 for 14 for 100 yards last week. But listen, Weeden, 2 series against the Rams, produced 10 points in that 27-19 win. One thing to be aware of, you know, Phil Dawson's no longer a member of the Browns, right? So he's gone. Shane Graham, journeyman, veteran, lots of experience, is competing for the job. He is not going to kick tonight. So Brandon Bogatay, who is a rookie, is going to see all the place-kicking action. He missed one of his 2 attempts against the Rams last week. For the Lions, they took care of business against a disoriented New York Jets team at home. As a matter of fact, I gave you the Lions as a free pick last week. Matthew Stafford, only a couple of series, 3 for 8, 58 yards in that game. But Sean Hill played well, 11 of 18 for 136 yards. Kellen Moore, fighting for a roster spot, 8 for 13, 60 yards. Reggie Bush only carried the ball 3 times for 5 yards. You know, listen, the Lions starters tonight, the first-string offense expected to play into the second quarter. But something you have to realize about this game, guys, these 2 are going to meet again on October 13th. So week number 2, as I already explained to you, it's already vanilla. This is going to be like pure vanilla tonight, okay? These teams are not going to be showing too many of their cards. One thing I will say, though, man, Detroit dominated the Jets defensively. And I think it's a tough game. I mean, it'd be tempting to take the Browns at home, but I still like the Lions a little in this one. But again, it's not a great game. Baltimore, anywhere from 4 to 5 points at home against Atlanta. That's what happens when you're the Ravens and you go on the road. You're getting 3 points at Tampa Bay and you roll over the Buccaneers, kicking their ass 44-16 last Thursday. I know I was on Tampa that night, like the rest of the betting world. The first team defense held the Bucs to just 2 field goals in a quarter of work. But remember, this is a defense that is a work in progress with 5 to 6 new starters. But they got some good play from the backup quarterbacks. Tyrod Taylor rushed for 27 yards and 5 carries. He completed 13 to 23 passes for 154 yards and 2 touchdowns. Ravens, though, big-time penalties in that first game. 122 yards in penalties, 9 flags thrown in their direction. The Falcons just went through the motions. They lost at home to Cincinnati in their opener 34-10. Their backup quarterbacks were dreadful. Dominique Davis, I mean, how's this guy even qualified to be a potential backup quarterback? He was nothing special in college, you know what I mean? He was 8 for 19. There's nothing good I can say about the Falcons' opening week performance other than you got to think the Falcons are going to be a little more motivated going to take on the defending Super Bowl champions in this particular contest. A game there, I think that the over, if I had to play it, I'd think about the over in that game between Baltimore and Atlanta, sitting right around 41.5 points. I think you're going to see some points scored in that one. Philadelphia, 3-point home favorite against Carolina. Listen, Philadelphia looked like it was a close game against New England last week. Patriots kicked their asses. Tom Brady, first series, just handed off the ball nonstop. Patriots just ran through that Eagles defense, which they're trying to convert from a 4-3 to 3-4, but they don't have the personnel. Okay, second series, Brady was on the field, 7 of 8 completions. Eagles couldn't get a pass rush. Their secondary was pathetic. Their blocking was pathetic. Their tackling was awful. Missed 13 or 14 tackles in that game, according to the stats that I read afterwards. So, Eagles have no defense. Eagles are going to make it an offense. Now, last week, Michael Vick got the start, rotated with Nick Foles. Tonight, Foles gets the start. Then it's going to be Mike Vick. Those two are expected to play most of the first half before giving way to the rookie out of USC, Matt Barkley, who sucked against the Patriots last week. Fourth quarter is probably going to go. G.J. Kenny, the undrafted free agent out of Tulsa, is probably going to see a little more action than Dennis Dixon in this particular contest. As for Carolina, 24-17 win over the Chicago Bears in their home opener last week. Cam Newton, 3 series, 1 touchdown. 1 interception, returned for a touchdown. Typical Cam Newton, if you ask me. Derek Anderson, 8 for 15, 133 yards in reserve role. Jimmy Clausen, he's still in the NFL. 5 for 9, 51 yards. I think this is another game to look at the over here, guys. And I think, I really do think Carolina's going to win the game. I think Philadelphia is that bad defensively, but I think if I had to play it, I'd lean toward the over. Finally, Chicago, -6 at home against San Diego. Yeah, a lot of people interested in that game. 2 rookie coaches, both trying to get their quarterbacks in sync. Chargers, 31-10 home loss to Seattle last week at home. But here's the thing. It was a 7-3 game. They trailed at halftime. Second half, their second and third stringers, which is what you're betting on here, they were outscored 24-7 in that second half of that game. Phillip Rivers looked okay, 5 for 6 for 45 yards in that game. Charlie Whitehurst, who usually looks like Johnny Unitas reincarnated during preseason football, was just 7 for 19, 49 yards, 2 interceptions, sacked 3 times. He made Mark Sanchez of the Jets look good. Brad Sorensen, the rookie out of Southern Utah, 8 for 11, 86 yards. Yeah, that's what you should get from a 7th-round draft pick, don't you think? Especially when he played at Southern Utah. As for the Bears, can't think much there. Jay Cutler, first pass was intercepted. 6 for 8 for 56 yards before giving way to Josh McCown and Matt Blanchard. Who is Matt Blanchard? I never knew of him until I researched this game. Bears losing that game, 24-17 to Carolina. Chicago only managed 1 field goal offensively in the first 3 quarters. Their offensive line is shaky. They're breaking in rookies at right guard and right tackle. It's a 6-point line. This seems like a 3-point game. It seems like a game that I wouldn't watch, let alone give you any advice on. So, listen, I told you who I liked in the other games. This one, skip it. That's my advice there. So that'll do it, guys. Best of luck. I'll catch you again on Friday morning when we do this once more.